how to create a permission set group. So I have one permission set created, right? So again, permission group. Same thing, all settings will be similar to that, but the UI will be different, where you have to add multiple permission sets. So add permission sets here. So you have to go to all permission sets. I want to add some permission sets like this 3. I want to add. So done. So I have 3 permission sets added here. Okay, and so similarly, you can remove the permission set as well. So if I go back to a group, so I have one now, permission set group. So here you're going to have this permission set, what are all part of this permission set group, and then you can have a on top of it as well. Now, how to assign? Assigning this permission set will be similar to how we did for a permission set. Manage assignments to the group. Then you will be assigning it to our users. Same like how we did before. Assignment available licenses. Okay, so it's saying it will add a feature license to it. B2B solutions. Okay. Oh, okay. It's saying like they don't have a permissions. So previously I mentioned, right? If you have the license of the supporting license, then only we can add. So these licenses like a B2B license, the user what we are using, they don't have it, these licenses. So that's the reason we cannot only assign users to the permission set group that have a updated status. Okay, it's saying like license restrictions. Because of that, we are not able to do it. Then what we'll do is we will remove this B2B licenses from here in this group, and we will try to add from the same group. Remove permission sets. Okay, done. I want to add a different permission set which is not restricted by these licenses. So let's say a sales user, we don't have any restrictions. Sales console user also don't have much restrictions. So I'll add these 2, and then okay, I'm good with the, so I have added 3 permission sets to a group. Now manage assignments. I want to add it to the one user. So you can add multiple users as well. Just we have, again, if you select these, again, I will run into that license issues. Assign, done. So I have added to this user. That's it. Okay, now, okay. So if I want to go to the user and see what are all things assigned to this user, how you can check? You can see this is the permission set assignments, this one, and permission set group assignments. These are the 2 places where you can add multiple licenses as well. So if you go directly to the user, you can add multiple permission set at a time. If you have multiple permission set, you can just move all these permission sets directly to the left to right, and you can save it. That's it, done. So one place you can do directly from the user when you have to do for so 2 ways. When you have to assign a single permission set to the multiple users, then go to the permission set and do all the users at a time. If you have for one user and you have to assign 10 permission sets, then directly go to the user and assign permission sets. Both you are doing the same, but one is benefit when you're having more to do. One is benefit when you have to move. Like you have to select how you have to assign it, and similar to the permissions at the group. So a thing was when you have a requirement or need, you have to think of optimal way of doing it and which will be less work to you. Just at the end of the day, the features what the users will get the same, but you have to think how your work will be simpler and easier. So if you have less clicks, there is a less chances of getting errors or mistakes. Okay, then good with permission set and tab. Okay, tab is nothing but in the UI we'll get kind of a link, right? That's what we um, see yesterday. So if you go to a tabs from a setup, so there you see a different types of tabs: custom object tabs, web tabs, visual force tabs, lightning component tabs, lightning page tabs. So custom object tabs are like whatever all the standard objects are created, you will having the tabs for every object. So you don't need to create again. So these custom object tabs are like if you create any new object, then only you will see that options here in this drop down. And for that object, you can create a tab and you can control the visibility in apps so that you can see the tab. And web tabs. Web tabs are simply if you want to open any web page from the tab, then you can use this web tab. So you can directly give any URL in this web tab so that it will be navigate to that web page. So just we're giving a navigation to any of your website in a Salesforce. Next, visual force page tabs. So this one will be covered in development. So when you have development, if you need any custom UI, then we will be creating a pages called a visual force pages. So when you create a page, it's not enough. You have to give some link to access that page. So you can create the page links here. So if you have created any page, then you will be getting a drop down of the pages. Then you can create. So we don't have any things done here. So that's why we don't see any options. Once we have done any of these, we'll come back to here and create and we'll see. Okay. And lightning components, it will be covered in lightning. Once we have a lightning component, then you can create a tabs using that lightning component. Similarly, lightning pages also. When you have a page created, then you can do. So when we're going to cover these topics, then we'll come here and see. Okay, so for now, at least we'll do for a custom object. So tabs we see and then object. If you see the object, then we will come to this after creating the object. So when you go to a setup home page, you will see there's one more tab called the object manager. So in this object manager, you will see all the objects available in your org. So you see here, everything is naming it as a standard object. That means by default given by the Salesforce. So if you want to create a new object, custom object, okay, I want to I want to create object called, let's say, project. I'm going to give a project, and so you have to give a plural name. This plural name is used as a tab name when you create